I swear to God, look at this shit. Look at this.
Now I want y'all to listen to something.
And meanwhile, that man is sitting over there selling drugs as we speak, right across from the mayor's office, and y'all won't do nothing. I swear, why are these cops here? Why are these cops here?
This is me writing down the information.
I swear to God, if they try to arrest me, I came here. I didn't go to the police station. Have I done anything to threaten you or to harm you? So then why are they standing here? No, you better not fucking arrest me again, you motherfuckers! I swear to God, look at this shit! Look at this!
Now I want y'all to listen to something. Please forgive my hoarse voice. But listen and see if they read me my rights.
You gonna let them do this, black woman? I came up here to report a crime. I came up here asking for information, and you're gonna let them arrest me?
I'm sorry.
Now they're gonna come up with another excuse to steal another phone?
Is this your personal fan or is it under that?
And meanwhile, that man is sitting over there selling drugs as we speak, right across from the mayor's office, and y'all won't do nothing. I swear, why are these cops here? Why are these cops here? Guys doing? You see this? Did you see this? I already told people and told people that I was here. I already told people and told people I was here. They already know. I think I'm here for one crime. I'm here. Nothing but broken crimes, crime after crime after crime. Who the fuck you touching? Be careful how you touch me. Y'all like this is what y'all do? People come and report crimes and you arrest them? Bobby's sitting over there selling drugs right now. Right now. Oh, look at y'all. Look at y'all.
No Miranda yet. And it never happened.
My ID, the ATM card, my glasses. I hope they didn't lose the other one, because I'll be adding that to my lawsuit as well.
Y'all very nice.
You have to open it up. See, it's expensive. What you guys doing?
She keep on calling me Zaddy. She keep on calling me Zaddy.
If you want to see these receipts, go ahead and cash at me. I have got the receipts. I need y'all to hit the like, cash at me so we can hear the receipts because the receipts are receipting. Okay. Listen here. That is that. And it is what it is. No justice, no peace, like I said. No justice, no peace. Okay? We need to be standing for Jaguar. Yes, we do. This is a woman for heaven's sakes. Okay? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, because we got the receipts. If y'all want the receipts, let me know. If y'all want the receipts, let me know. Type in the chat and let me know. Okay? Type in the chat if you want me to share the receipts. Because I've got the receipts. Oh, trust me. And actually, I want you guys to follow me on Discord. As we are on Discord, we do have an account on Discord. Standing for a liar and a crazy person. Nah. Really? So Ma, why don't you hit the link? Let's have a conversation about it. You don't have to sit down there in the comments. Come on up here. Let's talk about it. Because I feel like you have some very valid points, and let me hear it out your mouth. Let me hear it. Oh, I'm so desperate to hear it out of your mouth. I want to hear this. I'm begging you. I beg you. Please come up. Please follow my Discord is in the chat. And if you can, please donate to the Cash App program. We have a goal of 10. If you can donate, that would be amazing. All donations are appreciated. Okay. Now let's get into these comments. Love says yes. I only see one person that said yes. Let me see how many likes we have. We have 8 likes, 17 million in the building. It calls for a commercial. Let's go.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my
If I
cabin.
crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
better learn. You best learn, or you're gonna get the bloody back for sure.
All of them kids that come up and in and out of there. What the fuck is people paying all of these taxes for? People leave Pleasant Grove. They leave singing.
Welcome to the show, Ahmad. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Queen?
I am blessed, highly favored, wealthy, healthy, wise. What's going on with you, my brother?
Nothing much, not much. I love your channel. I've been a subscriber for a little while now, so I do respect your channel. I do disagree with you on Jaguar, though.
Okay, that's fine. Let's talk about it. Let's have an engagement.
Okay. I've been listening to Jaguar for about 3 years now. I guess when she first came on a podcast, it was actually a podcast here in Philly, and I happened to catch it, and I started following her then. I think at first, what I was hearing was her truth, and fast forward until now, it's evolved into like this manic kind of like delusions, and her malignant narcissism is just, it's out of control, in my opinion.
Bambi, leave the chickens alone. Hold on 1 second. My dog is out here playing with the chickens. Hold on. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Sorry. And you know what? Before we go further, we just got some cash apps. So let me go ahead and thank everybody for the cash apps. Thank you all so much for supporting Queen Tulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a cash app, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. All right, and right back into it. So you said that you don't agree with everything that is going on with me as pertaining to Jaguar, and you was going to dive into it. So
Well,
you have it.
not necessarily with you per se, but just anyone who supports her lies and stories. I think it's more than supporting, because at this point, it's got to be enabling and encouraging her psychosis, in my opinion.
So where do you feel like I encourage her?
Well, you're saying we have to stand for Jaguar. Stand, like, what are we standing for? Because what she's doing is not right.
Okay, so what we're standing for is any human being, especially a Black person, going to police for help, and they are disregarding us, no matter what anybody feels about somebody's disability. A disability does not affect your judgment when something is going wrong and you want to get justice for it. So as far as like discrediting her, I see a lot of that going on. And I just see it's so easy for these Black men to sit up and drag her. I want to know, did you go over to Danat's channel and see why, issue a grievance to him as to why he would come out his mouth and say that this woman needs to be choked and she needs to be this, that, and the third while she's having intercourse?
Well, first of all, I have been over to Donat's channel, and I completely disagree with any grown man who's willing to talk about or beef with a woman like that. I'm not sure what his issue is exactly or what his beef is with Jag, but a grown man should not be talking to a woman like that. And I don't rock with doing that either because to me he seemed real weird to me, honestly. I mean,
Well, people
it's entertaining, but no, I draw the line when he's disrespecting a black woman like that. So I do agree with you on that.
Well,
But
he
that's
rallies other black women that are like-minded. He rallies other black men that rally up and feel that way about black women. So the reason
but
why
hold on,
I'm here,
we're
listen,
going a little far because I want to touch on something that you had just said, and I don't want to get too far before I address that. You said that we're not supporting a black person going to the police for help. Is that what she's doing? Is she going to the police for help? Because
she
it seems
wanted
like to me she's creating attention because she's always recording herself. She's going and she's being very disrespectful to the black people who work there. She threatened that black woman's life over the phone. You heard it between the mayor's office lady and then the crisis hotline woman. I mean, I can't support nothing like that. And she's not going over there for help, in my opinion. She's going over there for attention.
well, what do you think that you can do to contribute to her well-being?
Me personally, I don't think there's much anybody can do until Jag realizes that she needs the help and she has to seek the help. You can't make someone get help that they don't believe that they need.
So let me ask you this. How do you feel about her husband that is supposed to be living his life like it's golden over there with his new boo, eating strawberries out of her hand and doing the whole edible arrangements plan? Daddy, you name it. How do you feel about him taking money out of grandma's mouth? And I say grandma because of Sam's grandmother. What are your thoughts and feelings on that?
Well, I think I have twofold feelings about Goomba. Number one, he's a very weak man. He's definitely a very bad example of black man. He's a good example of the stereotype that we have because he's kind of a bum, and he seems very weak. He's not very motivated. At the same time, for 4 years, he stood by his woman, no matter what Jaguar did, whether it was crazy, whether she was talking about Rock Nation following her, whether she was talking about Big L, or all that crazy stuff she was talking about, and all that she was doing. He still stood by her for a very long time on that. But at the same time, he's a very weak man, and the way he's going about separating from her is the wrong. That was all wrong to me too, because if he really wanted to separate from her, if he was really scared of her or really wanted to get away from her, he wouldn't go online and record and slander her as well. He wouldn't be recording phone calls. He wouldn't be going on somebody else's channel and talking about it. He would have just walked away and lived his life.
But peep this out. I'm gonna bring up another point. So there was a tape that her and her husband did in the comfort of wherever they were, and Goomba has it. And so this man, Danad, is over there and he's like, oh, I'm gonna expose it, I'm gonna do this and do that. I don't care what a woman's mental capacity is. She does not deserve that. I just feel like,
Though that's a piece of shit.
you know,
Let's
it,
just
it,
put
it-
that out there.
but you have people clapping him up. I mean, and it reminds me, it just reminds me of back in
Everybody
the,
has an audience.
it,
Everybody has supporters, and everybody's going to have their audience. I mean, he brought a lot of people over from his little clubhouse audience and all that. So I think a lot of that was that. He's very loud and extreme, and that attracts people. So everybody's just like Jack has her supporters. He has his, and they both have problems.
what I don't get is someone knowing that a person has children and they will still go up and beyond to remove the mother away from that child. If you're saying, oh my God, this child really needs attention and things like that, well, this mother is involved in her son's life. So why remove her? If she's taking care of her mom, why remove her? Legina is there. Why remove her? She wants to be there. The mom is okay with it. This all started back with, okay, let's say Solar. Then it went on to, oh my God, Legina, and she needs to return this girl and this, that, and the third. The girl wants to be there.
Well,
So,
don't you think as a husband, um, a, a, your wife bringing another man into your situation, and then you getting rid of him or however he left, and then she's bringing in another third party, another little girl or a woman who clearly is not mentally there either. And the guy that was brought in was from a sex cult. I mean, if that was my wife, I feel some type of way too.
well, let me ask you this. What if you were in a vulnerable position, right? And you know, your family, y'all don't have the best of the relationship, right? And so you as an adult, not a little boy, you as an adult, you're able to make a choice to go elsewhere where you feel like you will have more of a benefit and more of a reason to live. Would you take that opportunity, or would you stay in that toxic family household and endure everything that comes along with it?
No, you have to remove yourself to take care of yourself. I mean, self-care
Okay, so
is
let's stop
important.
right there. So that's what Legina did. Legina left
Oh,
because
I'm not saying
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
knocking.
I want to paint a
Okay.
picture because we are there. Legina left because things weren't right, whether if we agree with them or not. She's a grown woman. She made these decisions, and even check out the official King Pain's channel. When she was on there, I jumped in there and I immediately started interviewing her. Are you okay? Are you there against your will? She says, no, I want to be here. So after hearing a verbal statement from the person that everybody's concerned about, and she's saying that she's okay, why is it people decided to drive a little bit harder and make it something into what it wasn't? If they would have left it alone and let these people thrive, they are the ones that brought it to this point. They were the ones calling the police, getting the police involved, getting a track record started. So when the police are seeing her, oh, that's the lady that likes to traffic, or allegedly whatever they were saying about her. So y'all have to understand that the people that are trying to sit up here and cap for the police, y'all were working with the police to stain her name. What do you say to that, Ahmad?
Now, are you talking about Legina's people? Like,
I'm talking about Legina's people, and I'm talking about these content creators that went on this whole little tangent and making these 24-hour lives and getting the people riled up and giving them false hope and false information.
well, I mean, content creators are going to do what they can to generate their audience and generate money, whether it's true or not, whether they believe it or not. Unfortunately, everybody isn't as honest as you are, right? What I also want to say, I want to go back a little bit. I'm not blaming Legina for wanting to leave her situation. If your situation is messed up, you should remove yourself. What I'm saying is, Jaguar didn't have to bring another person right after the Solar incident. She brings another person into an already unstable environment. They were on the road a lot. It didn't seem like they really had a place to stay. They were always in hotel rooms.
Now they
They
were
didn't
right,
seem.
right where the
I'm
place
sorry,
to
go
stay.
ahead.
Let me just cut you off right there. So when we talk about a place to stay, and even Goomba did this when he went over to the 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 leftovers. So he went back to the
Leftovers.
leftovers and he decided to brag and boast like how good life was. Life was only good because of the cash app that he is receiving off of Jaguar's name. And so
I don't know what to believe with that.
the woman is, listen, check him
As far
out
as
and see where he's been on interviews and posting his
but
cash
oh,
apps.
okay, no, I thought you meant that he's taking Jag's money through her bank account like she's accusing him of. No, I've seen him on other platforms. Definitely making money off of Cash Apps. He's definitely cashing in on the situation. And that's not right either. But also, if these other content creators are going to cash in, then Jag and Goomba need to cash in also, instead of letting all these other content creators make the money. Because from what I see, I don't know how much
How do
money
you feel about black love and a black family? I mean, this is a
it's
black man,
important.
a black woman that's married. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And then you got
important.
this whole side chick skeezer. I'm gonna say it. This side chick skeezer.
Aren't they both wrong though?
She's a
Jag
skeezer.
Jag is on the
This woman
internet
is sitting up. How? Listen. Okay. Listen. Let's
trying to
let's
sell herself for a platter at a Jamaican store, talking about how she's gonna bang this Jamaican dude and get with all these other guys, and she got Johnny Popcorn. Come on, it goes both ways.
have we seen her busting it open for the platter? No, we don't. Have we seen Johnny Popcorn? No, we haven't.
But
Okay.
she keeps talking about it though. So
Listen.
so are we
That's
not to
worth the
believe what
freedom of
Jaguar says, or are we
speech.
supposed to believe what she's are we supposed to believe what she says or not? Because I don't know
Listen.
what to believe with Jag.
Peep this out. Richard says to the gentleman on the panel, I consider this entertainment. However, do you feel like it's entertainment, a cult like Nature Boy or serious?
No, that's not entertainment. That's horrible. What these content creators are doing, they're turning it into entertainment for us, the viewers. We don't have to live their life. We can just click on YouTube and click right off, and it doesn't affect us. Those carbonation people, that's the people that were affected by this. And Nature Boy did a lot of damage to these poor people. And now some of these people are turning around and trying to do what they learned from Nature Boy and scamming for money. We see it all over the place with a number of them. And Jag is now associating herself with these people. That's not a good look. Not in my opinion.
And you guys can hit the link if you want to come up. So let me ask you this.
And I appreciate you having me on, by the way.
Oh,
Sorry.
listen, no problem. Listen, I love the engagement. I love to hear the difference of opinion. If I don't see something right, or you can brighten me up, or if I can brighten you up, let's do it. My thing is, I want to support this woman. She does have a mental condition. He does have a mental condition. And at the end of the day, I feel like they both need to um seek professional help. And with him sitting up with this woman, Amada says your devices are not connected. You might have to go out and come back in. Um, I feel like both of them need to seek help, and with him provoking her, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, she's online. This lady's doing this. She's she's gonna sound off. She's gonna, even if she says, oh my God, I think this petty, he really needs to grow up, they really need to get a life, or whatever it is. This is her husband. She has the right to feel her feelings. She has the right to feel her feelings. Oh, all right. We're back. Okay. Okay. We're back. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Ahmad, what are your thoughts? Oh, I'm not really sure. We can't hear you. Um, okay, you're on mute. My thing is, I just feel like this dude is provoking her, and he has an accomplice that's rolling with the punches, and she's giving him ideas. He's taking the ideas, and he's just sitting over there smirking. I mean, it's just like this evil grin. And it's like, you just got to be careful what you do and how you do it, because I don't care how much whatever you got going on, karma don't discriminate. She may not visit you today, she may not visit you tomorrow, but she will get around to you. Ahmad, you're still on mute. I don't know if you're back there talking. Um, Jaguar needs to get her priorities straight. She can't save everybody. Her priority was to Goomba, her husband. Listen, she done a job. If you go and look at the every time I try to think of their name, it slips my mind. But the network that she's on and that Tokyo's on, the podcast, Real life productions. If you go and look at her real life productions 2 years ago, I want you to look at her interaction. I want you to look at um, Goomba's interaction and the way that they engage. I feel like that's the way that Goomba should have kept it. Just the butler, the assistant, the nanny, so to speak, just coming in when needed, and he should have just kept it like that. But he saw that camera and he sat on that couch and he got a taste of it. He's like, oh my God, with even if he didn't get the 1.6 like Jaguar did, even the 100,000 or the 50,000 or whatever thousand it was, he got moist back there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. you know and the thing is, the whole losing of the mind. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah. I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah. I remember when I lost my mind.
All right, Ahmad is back. Thank you for letting me air it out right quick. Ahmad?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back. Thank you for letting me air it out. So what are your thoughts and your feelings on going forward on both parties?
I think they both need help. I think they need to definitely separate, honestly. I didn't hear what you were saying the last couple of minutes, but I assume you're talking about Jaguar and Goomba.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
They don't need to be together right now. I think there's a possibility that they can be together in the future. I think Jag needs a lot of help, honestly. I think she has it almost reminds me of that movie, A Beautiful Mind, with Russell Crowe, how his delusions evolved over time. How it started from his roommate, and then by the end of the movie, it was like the whole CIA and everything. Jack's delusions have evolved over the years. If you go back to some of her first interviews a few years ago, all the way till now, I think her whatever she's diagnosed with is just getting worse because it's going unchecked and unmedicated.
absolutely. Noob, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Go ahead and sound off.
He must pay. Jaguar. She is going psycho. She needs to leave Goomba alone. Goomba don't want her. Goomba is moving on with his life. He's going to do better things. Bigger and
So
better.
is this his girlfriend?
No, I am new X. You're the lady that put Dante on videos. They're not on videos. So he
Elaborate about that, love.
about the knot.
Mm-hmm.
The knot. My friend was cool with him. All of a sudden, he gets bad because his friend was a promoter. And he did not promote. He didn't want the Knot's Discord for himself. You see, my friend and him has a common enemy, which is the dust mite. You know who the dust mite is?
Okay, it's your ass. We had to get rid of you. Moving on. Dazzle, welcome to the show.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey girl. What's your thoughts and opinions, honey, on that damn dust mite? Girl, I had to east side stump his ass up. I had to kick east side stump that thing up out of here.
It's the trolling, the trolling. That's
The
a
dude
mess.
was mad weird.
Yeah. Sound
Well,
off.
well, hi everybody. My
Hello.
thoughts about what's going on is pretty much it is pretty much an ass show at this point. Okay. I do not feel bad for any parties involved because both parties, as far as Jaguar and Goomba, have put their business on the internet. I feel like it's getting messy, and the amount of evidence both parties have on the internet against each other is horrible. So I kind of feel like they just need to go their separate ways and stop calling the police on each other. Because, I mean, they really working out. Not for Jag anyway. It seems like every time she calls the police or whatever the case may be on Goomba, she gets locked up. So she just need to leave it alone.
Let me ask both of y'all, how do y'all feel about that? The black community sitting up here weaponizing the police against one another.
I feel like it's asinine because the thing is, I mean, if we're so afraid of the police, we can't in the same breath play with them, can we?
I agree.
Because basically, if that's the case, and the police is killing these black men, you calling the police trying to get him in trouble and all types of things. What if they come up there and do that to him? God forbid. So now you have caused in your shenanigans vitally harm to your significant other, your estranged significant other. So I kind of feel like they need to leave it alone. And at
Can
this
I add
point,
to that?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's exactly right. And couple that with what's going on with Bobby. Say Bobby is not selling drugs. Say Bobby is running a legitimate business, and the cops, they run up in there and they ruin his business, or they force him to shut down, or the local people thinks that he's selling drugs in there, so they stop patronizing this business, even though he's not selling drugs. Jag is playing a dangerous game. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
But did you look how? But look at God though. You went down there to talk about this man selling drugs, and you get caught with drugs.
That part.
So look at God though. You see when you do evil. So she just need to quit it. I mean, I understand she hard up for some money. I mean, she going through it. I understand the emotional distress, the mental anguish, but it's causing her to do some weird things for cash, and it's going to keep happening until it blows up in her face in a really, really huge way. And the people that surround her are not her friends. You cannot be her friend if you know, co-sign what she's doing. All that calling Goomba on three-way, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you. If someone blocks you, that means they don't want to talk to you, right? Hello?
That's a fact.
So if you get someone else to call them on three-way, what are you doing at that point?
Listen,
That's
Stalking and
harassment.
harassing. It sounds like stalking and
Basically, it's
harassing.
not no, yeah.
whoa. As a married woman, girl, you can't tell me not to call the number
First
that
of all,
I
I'm
pay
married.
for.
I am married. But
That
guess
I
what?
pay
They
for, girl.
still have stalking
Listen here,
laws. They
Dazzle.
still have stalking laws. I'm married,
Dazzle.
but it is that.
Dazzle, let me bring your husband over here and get him online and let me taunt your ass. You ready? Send him over
How is
here.
he taunting her?
Let me give you
How
a
is he
taste of it.
taunting her? Because he got somebody
Dazzle,
and they online?
let me borrow your husband. Let me
They're
get him
both
over here
wrong.
and feed him some
They're both
strawberries with some
wrong. But my
chocolate on
thing
it.
is this. My thing is this now. Technically, in the court of law,
Have you
you're
saw a
not supposed
man
to be
feeding
stalking
Jag on
nobody.
camera? Have you saw a man
You're
feeding
not
Jag?
supposed to be stalking nobody. You can get a restraining order on your husband or on your wife.
He
Period.
can get a PFA. He can get a protection from abuse order easily against her, and then
So
he
you
won't need her
cannot do that.
signature for a divorce.
Now, if he told you to leave him alone, you leave him alone.
That is a woman's husband.
If me and my husband fell out real bad and we not supposed to be together no more, I'm not going to tolerate him stalking me, and he's not going to tolerate me stalking him.
Listen,
Queen,
if
Queen,
love
can I ask you a
is
question,
wrong,
Queen?
I don't want to be right.
Queen, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear Jag on the Spider Loke podcast when Jag and Goomba was on there?
No, give it to me. If are you on your computer?
No, I'm on my phone. But what I'm
Okay.
saying is the way she emasculated him on that and embarrassed him. That's just one example. She would go out of her way to call him stupid, to make him look weak. And now, even though behind the scenes, she's probably trying to get him back, in front of the camera and on record, she's threatening his family. She's calling him all types of names. She's slandering him. She's defaming everybody in his family. What would make him even want to think about even being nice to her, let alone unblocking his phone? Now, he is wrong by going on other platforms and doing the same thing to her, basically. But a lot of his stuff is reactionary.
That's exactly how I feel. It is reactionary.
So let me. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm sorry about that. But pretty much that's what she's been doing. She's been, and it seems like it's like if she's telling everything she's doing. So it seems like now, and then to make it so bad, the side chick, whoever it is, after a while, Jag starts to look like the bad guy when she keeps talking about her. Because it's some stuff that she's saying about her that is slander and defamatory. Now, it doesn't matter if she heard it, but the fact is she's saying it and pushing a narrative. Now, if that person does want to does want to file whatever she wants to do, even though it'd be frivolous, she really can do so. Because she's cyber harassing her estranged husband and his new old whatever girlfriend. That's all she's doing.
Also, what she's doing is she claims to be an advocate for victims of SA, right?
Yeah.
Well, she's defaming this woman.
She's not claiming
for
anything.
Being, Jag does.
But listen,
okay.
hold on.
But how can
she's
she
not
be,
claiming anything? She is a victim.
Hold on, wait.
No, I said a
does
victim
claim
advocate.
to be an advocate. She does claim
That's
to
what I'm
advocate.
saying. How are you going to advocate for something like that and then turn around and basically make fun of this woman for going through her problems back in the day with her own father, where she had to come online and admit to it? Like, that's not something she wanted to talk about.
Well, let me ask you this: if Jag told her husband that happened to her, you don't think that man told that woman Jag's experience if he was so open to tell Jag her experiences?
The difference is being told online.
You see what I'm saying?
That woman's not telling us.
Whose fault is that? Is that the other woman's fault or is that his fault?
That's his fault.
My thing is basically,
it's Jag's
so why
fault for
does he
airing
have
it
to
out
talk
online.
about her?
It's Jag's fault for airing it online. It's Jag's fault for putting it public. It's one thing to talk to your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend in the bedroom behind closed doors. It's another thing to let the world know.
Yeah, Jag wrong for that. She is.
I just feel like you guys are really being hard on Jag right now.
Okay, you know why I'm being hard on Jag? Because Jag is a grown woman and she knows better. She doesn't want to do better. Jaguar,
she makes up
right?
these stories.
Yeah, you make up. Okay, and then let's take the stories aside.
Let's start right there. Let's layer it. You said that she doesn't want to do better. Let's just say this: when she's out, have you noticed that she's been taking her medicine or she has been stable lately?
She don't sound stable. Still online talking about that don't look stable to me.
Did you hear these recordings from earlier? That's not stable. Going into the mayor's office and talking to those people like that.
Let's talk about.
But hold on, you guys. I gotta jump down because now my husband.
Oh, what's wrong? No,
my husband calling me. He tried to get me off.
Okay. Okay.
I love you guys.
Thank
really.
you so much for your time.
All right. See you later.
Her baby was calling her. Okay, so mine. It's me. It's just me and you. Let's do this. Now, what was your point that you were driving?
I was saying what Jag does is is worse than what anybody else is doing. Okay. Yes, it was wrong for Goomba to air out his side of the dirty laundry, but like I said, a lot of his is reactionary. And then Dominique or Barbara or Nikki, whatever her name is, she she shouldn't be saying anything, but I think she feels compelled to say something because she has this woman online talking about her daddy raping her, her daddy R-wording her and everything. I mean, when someone is speaking like that, and she's talking about her kids too, when she's talking about calling child protective services on her kids, talking about what she went through being molested by her own father, and Jag is making fun of that and exaggerating on that, and then threatening the lives of Goomba's mother and his sister and his brother and all that. I mean, Jaguar has to take some accountability for all the craziness that she's caused. It's a reason why she's been locked up 3 times within the last month and a half. She's throwing ashes, her son's ashes on people. She's bringing in sex cultists into the mix. She's bringing in a little girl. She's not a little girl. I'm sorry, Regina's a grown woman, but bringing her around. This girl's talking about being R. Kelly and Aaliyah's daughter. Seriously, this is all manic
Listen here.
craziness.
I think that it all would have been cool if Goomba didn't have his extra side activities going on. He had his plate was full.
Wait,
He
wait,
had a
wait, wait. It's
woman
not.
and
Hold on.
all her
Allegedly,
8 children, or
allegedly,
how many of her children are over there,
allegedly.
Alleg-
Because, well, to let them tell it, he didn't go over there until recently, until after the last situation. He st- Goomba stood by his woman for years.
But let's talk about it. You can go over there and be a daddy to some kids that aren't even yours, and then you leave Sam, not only Sam, his grandmother, home
What do you
with
mean he left? Was That's not Sam's father? And from what I understand,
that's his
him and Sam
mother's
had a
husband. When
him and
you
Sam had a
marry,
very good
when you
relationship.
marry, and that person has kids, you telling me
Understood.
that you don't
No,
take
I
in them kids?
understand. I
No.
understand, but
When you
Jag turned
marry
Sam
somebody, it's a
against
whole.
him, though.
Listen, let's talk about it, Amon. When you marry somebody, that is a package deal.
That's true.
Okay, so this is not his first time meeting Sam. They've been on road trips.
But if he's walking
They've
away from
had
Jag, he's walking
one-on-one
away from
time.
Sam too. If he walks away from Jag, he walks away from Sam. He walks away from the package. The mom, the kid, he's walking away. He's separating himself from Jag, which is separating himself from Sam, from Grandma, and from Angela.
This man had a whole. Listen here. This is the story of living a double life that none of us was privy to. Not even Jag.
How do you
Listen
know
here.
that Goomba was messing with
Listen.
Barbara before all
Because
this?
okay, let me explain. So remember the barbershop situation, right?
Mhm.
He got her locked up, and then he was hooking up with Barbara allegedly. Well, I can't even say allegedly. He was hooking up with Barbara. He was doing the phone talking and all that with her.
He said he called her. Yes.
They are exes. That Barbara and Shirley. Okay, we're gonna call Jack Shirley. So Barbara was with Goomba before Shirley, right?
Yep.
So
Mhm.
Shirley comes along. Shirley's doing her thing. She scoops him up. He was making $700 on his with his check every month, allegedly. Well, Shirley boosted got him the information, went in there as a wife and made it do what it do, and said, okay, we gonna get more because baby, you know what I'm saying, you're suffering, right? So after that, it was still communication with the ex, and this whole big plan of when he blows up or when he gets this great amount of money, because he was still pillow talking to her.
Where did you hear this stuff? Like, how do we know this?
Listen, I
They didn't
ain't gotta
admit to that.
hear it. I heard it from the
They didn't
spirit.
admit to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me come. Oh, let me. I gotta calm down. That was rude. I heard it from the spirit.
Okay, but that's not definite what we know that happened though. What we do know is what they tell us. Goomba and Barbara both admitted after the barbershop incident, he reached out to her. They didn't say they linked up or met up or
Oh,
anything. They might have.
my daughter said he went there when Jag went to the hospital from the barbershop. Then she says he probably was seeing her before. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
It's
This
possible.
listen, guys, and I just want to paint a story. When it comes to cheating,
So you think Jag is innocent?
when it comes to cheating and having these side pieces, as we can see, some women are comfortable with seeing a side piece, as Barbara would say it. She's comfortable with seeing us being a side piece. Why
Jag admits
are we
Jag.
praising the side piece?
We're not praising the side piece.
Y'all
We're
are.
not.
Oh,
No,
he's
no.
over
Two
there. He's
things.
happy. He shouldn't go
Two
back.
things. No, two things can be true at the same time, right? Jag is wrong. Goomba is wrong, and nobody's praising the side piece. She's making her own decision whether to let this man in her house and how to deal with that.
Who's
Okay,
holding
she's
her accountable? I'll wait. Me?
who's holding any of us
Am I the
accountable?
only one that's holding her accountable? And
Nobody's holding anyone's
Sam,
accountable. That's the
that is
problem
so
here.
wrong that you got that woman's husband over there and you sitting up provoking this woman online, feeding him strawberries with chocolate covered on it. Come on
Let me
now.
ask you a
That's
question. Let
going
me
to
ask you a
trigger
question.
anybody. Let me just say this. Amai, you've been with your, let's just say that you were married. You freshly with your, you know what I'm saying? You with your wife.
I'm
You live.
divorced. I'm divorced.
Okay, so, okay, your partner, you've been with them for a while, your wife, you know what I'm saying? And your partner goes back to an ex. You can't tell me in those first few days, those first few moments, you know what I'm saying, you really in love this person, like you didn't been through shit. And it's like, yeah, we say what we say, but at the end of the day, I still have love for you. I love and I care about you. I don't want to see anything happen to you, right? And then this person goes to their ex. You telling me that there's not going to be no emotion, no feeling?
Of course there is. Of course there is. That's why. But what was Jag doing to
Give
push
her
her
that
man away?
grace. Give her that grace. And the reason why I point that out is
Give her
because
that grace. Jag's out there threatening the man's mother's life.
listen, she left them alone. He is still doing this.
No,
They're
no.
making
Jag's been
this
talking about
panel.
Goomba all day,
Listen, let
every
me
day
tell you
since.
this. Let me tell you this. He was on a panel with the Nat. They had a fake Jaguar over there. Jaguar was not on that panel. Jaguar was not sending cash apps or none of that. They were
She was a
acting like that
campaign.
she was over there. Her and King Payne went live. That was all planned to go live to say they are lying.
So everybody's lying, though. Don't you see that?
So,
Everybody's lying to get over it, to get clout, to get clicks, to get views, to get cash apps, to create their own version of the content, to tell their own side of
so
the
what do you
story.
think? Why am I doing it?
We're trying to get to the bottom of this. That's what we're doing right now, right?
I want justice. I want everybody to be free of whatever it
What's
is.
justice, though? Like, what's justice
Justice
to you?
is the car situation, the mental health situation,
I have my own
them
theory on the
and
car.
whatever they're gonna do as far as their marriage. You know, I encourage them to go to therapy separately. That's just me. I just encourage them to go to therapy separately, get the therapy, and then, you know, when time is right, eventually bring therapy together, see if they could do like a marriage counseling or something like that. You know,
Well,
my
let's address some of
thing
the
is
stuff
we all
that
have our
that you just said.
shortcomings, and we all didn't grow up in the perfect households either. You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying? So
But
let's
they
have
have to start
grace.
taking accountability for what they've been doing. Now, first of all, with the car, I think they're both complicit in the car. I think they both agreed to burn up the car. And now they're just blaming each other. Well, no. Jag is saying, Goomba, you blew up the car. Goomba's not saying anything because he knows if he says something, they're both going to get in trouble.
Okay, we got Cocaine up here. Hey, Cocaine, she says she's driving. I just looked down and thank you all for subscribing to the Discord. Ahmad, let's let Cocaine throw in, let's let her in the ring. You ready?
Hey, cocaine.
Hey, Hey, Tulsa, and thank you for. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Welcome to the panel, my love.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me on the panel. I am just listening. There were a couple of times I wanted to chime in, but um, I'm doing other things. But I am at a place where I can kind of focus a little bit more. I did want to participate in the conversation. Tulsa, I will say that I've been listening to what you have to say, and about 85% of it, I agree with you. Um, I've been listening to the panels that you've been on, and I think that what you're saying is fair when it comes to representing what has occurred. Um, I think the other thing that I have to say is that, the hatred for Jaguar tends to blind people when it is time to point fingers. And a lot of the responsibility or the accountability or lack thereof is not where it needs to be in its proper place. And that's all I'll say right now. That's it for right now. Did something happen?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, I mean,
Can I ask you a
that's
question
just
real quick?
sure.
So you think Jag does, well, Jag should take some accountability for some of the stuff she's doing, correct? I mean, what she's doing isn't exactly sane. Would you agree with that?
No, but once you know what a person is semi about, or certain conditions, um,
She's a narcissist.
possibly, well, I mean, we can throw that around. I would say everybody is to a certain
No,
extent.
Jag literally hits every single symptom of narcissism. If you look it up, she hits every single one of them.
I
She's
understand, and,
textbook.
and I mean, and everybody throws that that term around, but I'd like to say that that diagnosis is a little bit stronger than a little bitty narcissist. And I know that the narcissist can be damaging and so forth, but Jaguar has many personalities on the inside of her. I wouldn't think that going to a psychiatrist would just diagnose her as narcissist.
No, Jaguar
I would
needs
think it would
a
be
high-end
stronger than that.
facility. Jag needs a high-end facility where she can get the treatment that she deserves, really, because these little rinky-dink county little hospitals, they're just going to stick her up with meds and send her back out into the world, just like they do
Hmm.
everyone else. And it's
Hmm.
not helping her. In fact, I think it's contributing to more of her psychosis.
Well, what I'm saying is that if she does go to that mental facility, they're just not going to treat her on being a narcissist.
Oh, no,
And my,
no. I'm no doctor, but I'm sure there's a lot going on inside Jag.
yeah, I mean,
The narcissism is obvious, though.
yeah, I mean, it's an outlier, but I guess what I was trying to say was, I tend to look at it a little differently in terms of what her family has said, and that's schizophrenia, and a lot of that, and she may even have more diagnoses. I don't know. I'm just saying that is what I remember when the family interviewed with Tasha K. So I tend to lean in that direction because I've seen evidence of that. I've also seen evidence of narcissism, but schizophrenia is a greater diagnosis than a narcissist, in my opinion.
And
But what was
and
your
and
question, though?
and her mother has some kind of ailment, right? Like her mother is schizophrenic or something like that too,
Her
right? If I'm
based
not
based
mistaken.
based on the family. Well, that's one of those things that Jaguar sometimes likes to do. Everybody's, and everybody is a R word, and everybody has a mental illness and everything. So, based on what the family has said, when they interviewed with Tasha K, it is the father that has the mental illness. Now, there is a video out there, just to give you a caveat, where Jaguar records herself talking to her mom. And the family did, not Jaguar, the family, her sister or whoever, aunt, whatever, did admit the mother into a mental facility.
Yeah, I heard that
But
before.
well, okay, but the family denies that anything's wrong with the mother. But I guess I don't know. You see
I
what I'm
believe
saying?
so.
I'm not
Yeah, it
sure.
was her mother's sister, and I think her sister's son that had her admitted, or her sister's daughter, or something like that. I do remember
Hmm.
hearing that.
Hmm.
Um,
And Jaguar said that they tried to blame her for doing it. And Jaguar asked her mom who did, or I didn't do this. Why didn't you speak up for me? And it was admitted who did it.
but don't you see the problem with Jaguar just recording a conversation with her mother? Don't you see an issue with Jaguar recording everything and then putting it all on the internet? And there's more of higher levels of accountability she should be taking for her actions. Nobody gets
What
locked
what
up in a month and a half without having some serious problems. She got locked up 3 times in a month and a half. 2 hospital stays, 1 jail
Right,
stay. And it's
right,
all her
right,
But
doing.
right.
we have
All of it was
to,
her
these
doing.
people from the internet had contributed to that.
No one made
The
her go to the
call, the
police
phone.
station.
Listen, it was phone call out the phone call out the phone call,
Hmm.
investigation and this and that. I mean, they were up 24 hours, didn't wash or change their undergarments a whole 24
You
hours.
that was
Was
a good
right
point
back
she
at it at
made.
7 and was right back at it. Cocaine, am I lying?
No, I mean, and the thing about it is that I think Jaguar had made that point a day and a half ago. You sit online for 19 hours, that means you didn't wash. Now, one would say that, she doesn't wash, but I'm just saying that point that she made really, kind of painted a picture, but
But I don't want to
again,
deflect blame because they're to blame on their own merit. But I'm talking about strictly Jaguar, not other content creators that are doing wrong also, not,
mhm.
these other YouTubers. But Jaguar, her own actions have caused the world around her to be insane.
Well, the
It's her
world
own
around her,
actions.
So it gives
well,
them a
first of
right to
all,
call the city that she
Uh,
stays in, police and authorities, or even restaurants that she's in. I mean, this woman is living her life. Like, she's not taking time out to figure out who these people are and what restaurants they're visiting and calling the police on them. I'm just saying that they do play a part in it.
why is she
yeah,
called? There's a way to report a crime. There's a way to go about what she claims that she wants to do. And she's
but
doing the
this is
exact opposite of the right thing.
But this is so funny. I mean, my thing is, you know, and with all due respect, and this is not really just for you. This is really for everybody that seems to forget when it's convenient of the her mental capacity. I mean, even though she can articulate her words, sometimes she's there, sometimes she's not. The fact still remains that there is a mental illness, and I think I heard you say manic, and you've seen
Mhm.
her be manic on a lot of different occasions. So on one hand, we can't say that she's sane because we know she doesn't take her medication. So we can't say, okay, you need to take accountability for this, but then on the flip side say she's crazy.
Wait. I think two things can be true at the same time, though.
I don't think
I
so.
I think that she knows that she's doing this. If
Mm.
she didn't know, she wouldn't be recording it. Like if
So
she
what does
wasn't
it say about
intending to do
manic?
this, I
What does
think
it say?
she
What
does have problems. I think she has mental problems, and those mental problems are causing her to make the wrong decision. Her first album was
that
called
is correct.
Denial, Delusions, and Decisions, right? That's what she's going through right now.
Well, here's the fact. The facts are based on the family. She's been this way her whole life. Now, maybe I think I heard you on the panel say that it's gotten worse. I agree. Because she has not received help or whatever it is. There's no cure for that. It's just a band-aid, and then you get therapy to be able to live some sort of life or whatever. But at the same time, um, I mean, I cannot. For me, I can't say, you need to take accountability when I know damn well she probably hasn't taken medication in like.
But whose responsibility is that then to get Jag help? She's a grown woman. Her husband just walked away from her. How
He
does
shouldn't
she
have been
get
there in
help?
the first place, but go ahead. Uh-huh.
How does she get help? Does she have to realize it herself and seek the help, or is it
Well,
going to be forced upon her?
unfortunately, in a situation like that, what I would do if it was one of my family members is definitely stage an intervention, and she definitely needs to be institutionalized. And but what I'm saying is not just throw her to whoever that's gonna, medicate her up where she's gonna be slobbering all over the place. She doesn't know her name, all of that stuff. But at the same time, I
Jack
think
needs
that
high end help. She needs high
yeah,
end help.
that's what I'm talking about. But I would stage an intervention to do that because um even though she can articulate her words and sometimes she makes sense, she's still not, completely firing on all cylinders, if you will.
Hold on. Am I hearing this right? Y'all want her locked up in a facility?
She
Well,
needs help.
what I'm saying is that Jaguar
Oh
is
no,
not.
ma'am.
No, hold
Why
on, hold
would
on.
y'all do that?
No, hold on.
No.
What I'm saying is that first of all, we have to agree that none of the things that she has done has been based off of like a balanced mindset. Like it's definitely a manic rage. Nobody goes into the police station and does that. Okay, I mean we have to recognize that. I'm not saying have her locked up by the police. I'm not saying that. No,
Why
I'm
would you
saying,
want her locked up in a mental facility so they can put her on all types of drugs?
but
She
that's
needs
what
to
I
be treated.
said.
She needs to be
Hold on, hold
treated.
on. But you didn't hear me say
She's
not
saying it
in
like she
that.
a dog or something. She need to be treated like she going in to get ticks up off of
She's
her.
a mental
No, no, no,
patient.
no. No, what I'm saying is that if you heard me, I said not in the type of facility where she's going to be like drooling all over herself and she doesn't know her name. I'm saying in a reputable, like, when people have AA or if they have a drinking problem, they go to a facility to get help. What I'm saying is for Jaguar, she just needs, a little bit of help to get her stable
Can I ask you a
mentally.
question real quick? Now, you said stage and intervention. I think the issue with that is the people around her, Sam, her mother, Regina, and Carbonation people. Those
Hmm.
people are not equipped to stage any type of intervention with Jack.
No,
So
I said
the
if it was
people that
me.
she's around, right? But I'm saying the people that she has around her are either enablers or they're unequipped to help her.
Listen,
Well,
I don't think that it's any like y'all. The
hmm
what sent her off was Goomba keeping the passwords from her, him taking the money, him, what I'm saying, getting her in this facility. This is what's triggering her off. He needs to leave her the F alone.
She needs to leave
I
him
agree.
alone.
I
You know,
agree with that part
because for every
because
action, there is a reaction.
that
Like
that
They
the,
need to
is.
leave each other
Mhm.
alone.
everybody is still missing the fact of this dude is over here with this skeezer.
Yeah, I haven't
Actually,
got to him yet. I haven't got to him yet.
but he wasn't
Um.
doing that when Jag was
Let me
throwing
go get me
ashes on
another drink.
everybody.
Y'all take it over.
Well, hold on, Tulsa. Don't be drinking on this. I mean, here's the thing.
Listen, I'm
But Jag, what
I'm not
Goomba wasn't
saying
with.
put her in an institution where she's tied to a damn a doorknob. I'm saying in a where I can visit. If it was me, if it was my family member, like, I mean, Jag is hella smart. You know what I mean? And so the fact that I know her, she's not there mentally 100%, because there are certain things that you should be able to do, but she doesn't have the patience. And I'm talking about even with understanding her little YouTube channel, even with understanding, being consistent with the Philadelphia or whatever. There are
That's what
certain
she
things.
was. That's what she was working on. Like she had got the passwords back. She was doing everything that she was supposed to do. Got her
Yes, I know. I know.
and guess what? He got upset. He got jealous. That girl over there, she was mad.
Hold
Oh,
up,
she
though.
thinks she doing something. Oh,
Hold
okay.
up.
Go down here. Let's put a thing on her.
No, but what
Iridescent
about?
said
Hold on. She
she
wasn't with.
probably can manage her medications better, but she doesn't need to be locked up. Exactly.
Well,
Goomba
okay,
wasn't with
y'all.
the
Well,
side
maybe
chick.
half the time. Because I
Goomba
ain't trying
wasn't.
to hurt Jag. I'm going to tell you that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Goomba's side. Goomba's side chick didn't make Jack throw ashes on everybody and bring another man into the relationship.
Say that one more time.
Goomba's side chick wasn't to blame for Solar coming into the relationship and causing problems. From
We
a
not
sex cult. Hold on.
okay.
From a sex cult. It wasn't Goomba. Goomba wasn't dealing with the side chick when she flipped out at the barbershop, was throwing ashes on everybody and got sent to the hospital. So we can't blame Barbara for everything
Yes, he
Jag is doing.
was. Yes, he
No,
was.
it wasn't
Listen
out
here.
then. There's no
Listen.
proof of that. Ain't no
He
proof of
just
that.
I'm a
But
flip something else too
no,
on that
listen here.
barbershop
I'm about to flip
situation.
the table on the mod right quick. So, mod, let me tell you this. If he wasn't talking to her, when did he get her number?
she
She's
said she
an
always had the
ex.
same number.
Why are you still in contact with your ex?
He called her after the barbershop incident, is the way I understand it.
Why are you
What do
still
you?
in contact with your ex as a married woman? But cocaine, I'm gonna let you go
No,
off.
he's wrong.
Cocaine,
Goomba
I
was
gotta go
wrong
get
for
you
that.
on this one.
Goomba was wrong for that.
They were
But we still
together at the
can't.
barbershop situation.
What, him and the side chick?
No. Is that who you are talking about? The side chick?
My point was we can't keep blaming the side chick for everything Jag is doing, is what I'm saying. Jag been doing
Yeah.
this way before she came into the picture. Jag been crazy for 3 years with this on the internet.
Okay. First of all, let's back this up because she's been mentally ill all her life. Let's not even put it to 3 years. Like that's not.
Well, I'm just talking about her being on the internet talking the way she's about, Jay-Z following her, and then when she came out talking about her experiences on tour with Talib Kweli and Common and all that stuff.
Hmm. Okay. I just
It's
wanted
been
to make it
about 3
clear
years since
because
then. Now, I'm sure she's had this problem since she was a little girl. Apparently, she's a
I
survivor
mean,
of abuse.
yeah,
You know,
and yeah. 1 second. Let me. Y'all go ahead. I gotta check out.
Hello, Queen, still there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. What'd you say?
No, I was just making the point that yes, Jags probably has had these problems since she was a little girl or teenage years or whatever. But at the same time, like I said, I think two things can be true at the same time. I think she does have a lot of mental issues, but the way she's conducting herself, the way she's recording everything, some of the stuff that she talks about, she knows full well she's doing this for clicks and views. Otherwise, she wouldn't be recording everything and putting it online.
Well, look at it this way too. I mean, Goomba is a serviceman, and shout out to all the veterans out there because my thing is no, seriously, my family, my grandfather served. Um, I have family that served and currently.
No,
Um,
I understand. I'm just laughing because really we don't know how long he stayed. We don't know what exactly he did. I mean, in my opinion, he's below a citizen. So I don't respect anything related to this guy here. Um, and that's all I have to say about that.
What do you mean by
But yeah,
below a
that's why
citizen?
I said
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by below a citizen? Like subhuman?
because I mean he had first of all he's not productive. He's not well. I mean below a citizen. Citizens pay taxes. Citizens,
Oh, he a bum ass nigga. Okay,
most of them have
I got you.
jobs. Um, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He a bum ass nigga, no doubt. I can totally agree
And
with that.
and frankly, yeah, and frankly, Jag did create whatever it is, his image, because as soon as she left him, the veil was off of his manhood,
hmm.
and we got to see exactly
What?
what he lacks and what he never had. He First of all, let me
Wait.
just
Jag
say
did that
this.
before. Wait. I got to stop you right there because Jag was
Yeah, go
emasculating
ahead.
that man the whole time they were. Jag emasculated that man the whole time
I'm
they were
not talking
together. A
about her mouth
reference.
at cussing him out, and frankly, we don't know what he did to her.
She
Okay.
slandered him like. Well, I'm talking about publicly
Well,
slandering her own husband.
yeah, let me go to that point. You said she emasculated him. First of all, if
Yes.
you are a man, no woman can emasculate nothing on manhood. So if he sat there and whatever it is, which first of all, I
He letting
don't.
Barbara do the same thing now. He lets Barbara do the same thing.
Yes, I know, because if you listen to something like the recent phone call, you can hear her. Like if you have AirPods or something, like I literally heard her feeding him, but she said yesterday that she was basically directing the traffic as far as what he can say, when he can say it, how he can say
100%.
it. Yeah.
That's the type of
So
man that he is, though, or lack thereof, I should say. You know, he's not really
yeah,
a stand-up,
that's
strong
not.
man.
I don't even. Well, I'm not even gonna say it. But anyway,
Go ahead.
yes, you're right. No,
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 no, and
yeah.
I totally agree with that. And
It's just stuff
I'm
I
not
type in chats about him. I better not say what I type. But go ahead.
I'm not saying Gooba is innocent in any of this. In fact, he's complicit in almost everything. I just want people to realize that Jaguar is doing this. Yes, she has mental issues, but she's also doing this for attention. And it's a shame that she didn't get the attention that she deserved as a singer. I'm from Philly. I remember Jaguar, and I've seen her live a lot, especially in the
Look,
early 2000s. And it's a shame that she never got the recognition that she deserved. And I think that created such a deep depression within her that this is what came out of it, is what we're
okay,
seeing now.
so first of all, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if she didn't expose who she was, or she didn't, put it on the
That's
Summer
a
Jam
fact.
screen.
That's facts.
And secondly, let me just say this: crazy or not, she has fed tons of YouTubers that may not be consist of you, but and it may not consist of anybody in this chat or whatever, but she has put food on these people's table based on her life that she has
Absolutely.
recorded. So we
Absolutely.
can say whatever it is that about this chick. I think that she's mentally ill. Let me just say that I am not, but I don't hate a person to the point where I can't see through the smoke.
I don't hate
So,
Jag at all. I just want
so
everybody to see that, like, to see everybody should be held accountable in this. Everybody, including
right,
Jaguar.
but
Even Regina needs to be held accountable.
yes, everybody needs to be held accountable. But the thing is that you seem like an intelligent man, and I know you know what manic is because you said it.
No doubt.
And it talks about decision making. And that's not an excuse though. Like she did. It's it's hard for me to say stuff like this because people automatically think that I'm caping for her, or putting her antics in the mental illness category. But if you have 5 or 6 people living inside of you, like literally, we've seen it. She just hasn't given them names.
No, no. I mean, you're right. And I was surprised the other day. Did you see the video that she posted? I think they were by some water. It was her and Regina. They're by the docks and everything. And she was like real calm and serene. That's about the most sane and
Mm,
serene as I've ever seen her, as far as these last few years being online. So yes, I
you're
agree. There are different parts of Jag that she lets out at certain times.
and
But
that
at the
is why
same
she's
time,
so
she's
complex.
recording and she's recording everything though. Like she knows what she's doing on some level. And it's a
Yeah, because
shame,
she's not
it's a shame,
dumb.
it's a shame that she is putting food in all these YouTubers' mouths and it's not paying off for her. It's paying off for everyone else around her, including Legina. Legina's gotten so much clout from being around Jag. And Legina, I think she got kicked off of Facebook years ago for saying that Janet Jackson was her mommy. So, I mean,
Mm.
it's like, and Jag
Yeah,
knows
there.
that she's lying. Jag knows that Legina is lying. Jag knows that this is not
Mhm.
true, but Legina gets a check and Legina can help out with some of
Well,
the expenses. So she keeps her around for that, I
But
think.
listen, let's just say
I
this
think
and
they're using each other.
I don't know about these checks y'all
just
keep
to
talking
finish.
about.
We
Now,
don't know
Regina got
how.
money.
But
Regina got
listen,
money.
She might have had stored up money.
Well,
let's be
Regina was in the
honest.
Special Olympics, so she might get a check.
I know. I was on the channel when we found that out. Yes, I know.
Can
So she
y'all
has
hear
some kind
me?
of diagnosis. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, but
I'm sorry, Tulsa. Yeah,
oh
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, no, y'all good. Legina is helping the mom out.
Yeah, I know.
She
Hmm.
helping Jag out
We
too.
gotta say, we gotta.
I haven't mentioned Lil Gina yet.
Well, no, no, no. I was just gonna say, let's give her congratulations because looking out for the elderly. We're all gonna have to get up in age one day. You know,
Yeah,
we got
yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean,
to.
that's where Jaguar is negligent.
And it's good that there is another adult there to look after the mom besides Sam, because it appears that Sam has his own issues, even though I'm not really sure about that. He seems like an intelligent young man, but there's something off there. So at least she's there
I,
as an adult to
But
be
listen,
around
y'all,
the
y'all
mother,
haven't
but
seen
she's not stable
Jared
either.
take her mom to her doctor's appointment. She does, but she's got them a vehicle.
well,
They got a place over their head because a lot of people were saying, oh, she's sleeping
Where
her
they
car
living at though? They
keys.
just got
yeah, I
evicted.
don't know. I
You know,
don't know why y'all keep saying this type of stuff. I mean, I know y'all saw documents, but do you verify anything yourself? I'm not talking to you specifically, but just in general. Like, I mean, anybody can create a document. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying that some random document, I haven't verified that. So I don't know.
Verify what exactly? What do you mean?
The eviction.
Well,
Because
she
as
said
far
that
as
she
I'm
was leaving.
concerned,
Well, she was moving definitely. Like Jack, that came out of Jack's mouth that they were leaving.
yeah, yeah. Well, Jack says a lot of things, doesn't she? 45
That's
million.
true. Right.
Um,
Yeah, lawyers in Switzerland, right? Yeah, what happened to all that? And obviously, she doesn't have $45 million. That's obvious. I mean, she wouldn't be selling blowjobs for a platter in the Jamaican store if she had $100,000. So that's a lie.
you know what? I just feel like Jack has a lot to contribute to society, and I think a lot of people are being hard on her because it's given the Tina Turner situation. Ike was very,
Oh, that's
um,
unfair.
aggressive. I'm saying behind the scenes, he would never do it in front of people, and my heart goes out to her being a survivor of, seeing my dad attack my mom and violence against her. And
well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
you know, oh no, I was gonna wrap it up. Go ahead, Cocaine.
No, 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 no. Go ahead, because I think I know what you're talking about, but I was checking out. So you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can I ask you a question about what you were saying, Queen?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Jack records literally everything, including her going into police stations, including her calling crisis hotlines and mayor's office. But she hasn't released any footage. You trying to tell me she wasn't recording when Goomba was flipping out and she hasn't released any of that footage? I mean, this is all hearsay as far as we're concerned.
Oh, it's not hearsay. He has admitted to,
Not hitting
being
her, not hitting her. He never admitted to putting his
well.
hands on
No,
her.
not hitting her. No, but I mean that
But
that
she's
part right
claimed that
there.
he's choked her. She's claimed that he's hit her, choked her, hit her in the eye, all types of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of the things I did want to say, I'm glad you brought it up in terms of that barbershop situation. Um, I don't know if you all recall, but Jaguar keeps saying that she was hit, right? By either the barbers or
Yeah, she said she was
what was
slammed
it?
at least.
Yes, yes, yes. Goomba did admit that in one of the interviews
Yeah, he said one
or
of the
one of
guys
the
tackled her
panels.
down. Yeah, he did say one
Yeah,
of the guys did tackle her down. She was
yeah.
also attacking him.
Now wait a minute now. Okay, all right.
Well, from what I
Okay.
saw on camera, see that whole camera thing was shaky because once they kind of engaged and the camera fell, you
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
really
not
tell
on
what was
camera.
going on. Yeah, it's not on
Yeah, that
camera what
part is
really
not on
happened.
camera.
So,
Hmm.
but he did admit that one of the guys grabbed her and slammed her.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he didn't say anybody actually hit Jack, which
Okay.
I mean that's not right either. You know what I mean? I mean it's like I said, there's no
Okay.
right in any of this.
No, it's not. I mean, and
And honestly, none of this should have ever been recorded. Like they're having some real world husband and wife problems that's strange
well,
on different levels as far as like the whole Solar and Legina thing. Like all this stuff is a big
hmm
it's a
but
big shit show. That's what it is.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, um, you're right. But the whole situation on how they connected was a total lie. It was based off of a
Hmm.
lie, and that's how it's ending.
Well, any marriage anytime you get married after 21 days, it's doomed from the start.
Yeah, I mean, but
You don't
I've
even know
heard
that
of
person.
people. Yeah, I know. But the thing is that for such, see, you have to. I also have to see. We've seen Jag over the years. We can read about Jag and her antics. You know, we can. There are some things that we can point to that would give us somewhat of a baseline on her character. But what we do not know is who this man is that keeps coming on panels and charging for questions. That's who we don't know.
That's the man that Jack
And
created.
right, but he's no longer he's the veil has been lifted. And so what has happened is that when questions come about, you know, people get to stuttering, like she said. See, and I'm not saying, well, I am saying that most of the stuff that he has said are worth you know, listening to again.
I mean, nobody's claiming that Goomba's some kind of educated man or anything like that. I mean, Goomba's
Oh, they do
extremely
claim it.
well. Goomba's extremely weak-minded and a weak-abled man. He can't take care of himself. He's not really able to take care of anyone else. He needs to be taken care of. He's the type of
Right.
man that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah. A
So,
cuck. Go ahead.
right. So that's really hard for me to relate to personally. But we did watch this man stick by his wife no matter what until he couldn't take it anymore.
Okay, but here's the thing. He's
And she put him down a lot publicly.
Well, speaking about taking too much and putting somebody down, let's speak about the dog. I
Yeah, he
am
abused
an
that dog heavily.
animal owner and I am totally against it. I
he
feel a
did something to that dog.
I feel
He
a
did. He
way
beat
about
that dog.
that.
But
I
at least
feel
the
a
Yeah, I
dog's in
mean,
a better
way.
place. At least the dog's in a better place now, from
No,
what I
he's not in
understand.
a better place. He could have
it
been
shouldn't have been
better
in the place in the first place.
on a better places on this earth.
No, the dog's
But
not dead. The dog is with another owner.
well, we
The
don't
dog's
know.
not
That's just
dead.
what they
Well,
say. That's just what they
Jag is
say.
saying she's trying to get the dog back. Yeah, but there's two stories. The dog
That
was
dog
either
is
dumped
so
in a dumpster.
boring.
The
No,
dog is either
Honey, that
dumped in a
dog is in
dumpster,
dog heaven. That dog is
or
in
the
the upper
dog.
room, honey. That dog is long gone, honey. That dog
What
is
they call it, the
maggot food right now, unfortunately. I don't believe that
I
dog is
mean,
still alive.
either way, he did abuse the dog. I admit, and also Goomba
Now what?
is a terrible
Hmm.
person. They're both terrible. They've both been terrible to each other and terrible
But
people to this world.
who has Jag physically hurt?
Physically, herself probably more
nobody,
than anybody else.
baby.
Okay.
Probably herself more than anything.
So basically what we're doing is we're talking about how much of a horrible person is based off her words.
Her actions.
Well, the
What
antics
type of mother?
from
What type of mother
what
throws her son's ashes on other people?
I that right there,
That's deep.
In the heat of
that
the
is,
moment, listen here, in the heat of the
I'm not
moment,
justifying that, but I don't
yeah,
No, I
believe
don't
those
care about no
were
heat of no moment.
ashes.
You don't even
I
to
don't.
act like it was is blasphemous.
Well, we're
like
not actually
There's
talking
no
about a
excuse for
saint
that.
here.
No,
I
I know, but there's
mean,
no excuse for even
she
pretending
did
to
walk
throw
through
your
those
son's
doors.
ashes. I mean, there's no excuse for even pretending to throw your son's
my
ashes
daughter
on
here,
nobody.
iridescent unicorn farts. Welcome to the
Hi,
show.
Ma. I came up here to check on you because hearing you scream about that dog, and I know how sensitive you are about the dogs. I just wanted to make sure you was all right and you didn't have to go weep in the bush or anything.
You know what?
Not the bushes.
Yeah, it just sends me because listen here, I've had a dog where I had to bring her back to life. Bambi, my brown dog,
Hmm.
she I don't know what it was that she had caught, but I had gave her some broth and we shot it down her throat with like one of those like
Excuse
one
me.
of those plastic syringes
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
shot it down her throat and she she's back and she's healthy. So I mean, I grew up around animals. Animals are
Yeah.
you know, if spell dog backwards, that's God. They're always
Hmm.
grounded. Their feet is always planted on the ground. They're always grounded. And um I kind of feel like Mrs. Doolittle sometimes because I talk to my animals.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you
You should.
say that somebody took, one of our babies up out of this world, I don't give a damn what kind of baby it is. It's our baby. It's our animal. Nothing should be taken up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I get that, some things have to go to the place where we have to eat. I get that part. I'm not talking about those people.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Well, they both said that the dog is still alive. Jack and Goomba
okay,
both
well,
said
we
that the
can say
dog is
that the
still
dog
alive.
is still. We can go with that. But here's the thing: you have to wonder what type of person, deep down inside, would hurt an innocent animal. So my thing
Innocent.
Sure.
is,
I mean, we
what
see what
when
type of
when
man Goomba is. He's a pussy. That's the
okay,
type of
right,
person that would do that.
right, but what I'm saying is that it's like don't spend too much time on Goomba. You see what I'm saying? But put all the time on Jaguar. We already know what Jaguar is going to give. We have no idea. When she says that that man may unalive her or whatever, I mean he beat an innocent dog that can't even speak, can't even do nothing.
Also, I want to
Like
add
I
to that
like
too, because I agree with you. And Goomba keeps saying he got PTSD from being in the army. He didn't fight in no wars or nothing like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't.
What army? He was in ROTC. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
what he was in,
and
but
well, I saw the picture. He was holding a
yeah, I
gun. Now,
did too.
I'm no army guy, but you don't hold a gun that way if you're in the army. So he was like incorrectly handling his weapon. So I'm not sure how much of the PTSD comes from the army. I just think he's just a weak-minded individual, and he probably went through some stuff in his youth that probably contributed to that, whether he was stuffed in a bunch of lockers or whatever as a kid. But
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
but you're right. We don't know what he's going to do, and we don't know what type of man that he really is.
That
All
is
we know
correct.
is what we see.
hmm
Jag
And
shows us
so,
all of herself.
right, but she shows us, right, and so we're complaining about that, right? But the fact is that in her antics, the only person that she has hurt, even when she's went into the police station, only person she's hurt is herself.
True.
But we're talking about somebody else who took an innocent animal and did God knows whatever. And I wouldn't put anything past an individual that takes it upon himself to play God and try to unalive or try to hurt someone else.
Yeah, I think Ruben's fucked up. Absolutely. And he needs to be
So
taken care of. He can't be left to his own devices.
and you know, again, even with her mental illness, the whole reason that this conversation is going on, the whole reason that he's getting cash apps, the whole reason of all of this is because of her. Now,
That's Tony.
until, you know, I, and say what you want. I just, again, I'm just not getting ready to just say I hate the woman and da 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 da. I wish, they whatever.
No, I'm not saying throw the baby out with the
No, no, no. I'm
bathwater.
not saying you are, but I've seen people, I've heard people are very obsessed with her. They don't want to admit it.
Well, we're all, enjoying the show to some level, I think. I mean, none of us would be here if it wasn't, if we weren't entertained
Yeah,
or,
but
or
there's a
intrigued
different
in some
level of
way.
obsessiveness, though.
For
There's
sure.
a different, yeah, there's a different level of that.
But I think she's made people hate it. Like Jag is like a wrestler almost. It's like she wants people to cheer her, but she also wants people to boo her too, because either way, she's getting that attention. Whether it's negative or positive, you're still clicking on it. And that's all she needs.
Well, um, as far as him like doing stuff to the dog, he also did like punching walls and furniture. And I can imagine I can imagine them arguing the way that they argue now. When you just not saying that Jag would poke the bear or anything like that. I don't think that he's innocent of not doing the stuff that she said that he did to her. Because I
I
can
think
see
Jab will
them
whoop his ass though, for real,
I
for real.
I can see them both being that explosive that their argument turned into maybe even a shoving match, if anything else. So I
I could
I mean,
definitely
I
see
don't
Jag
know
whooping
this
his
for
ass.
sure, but I can't just say that didn't happen to her.
All we know is what they tell us and what they show us on the recordings.
Mm-hmm.
But Queen and Cocaine, I gotta go. I'm gonna drop down. I appreciate the time.
Yeah,
I will
I
definitely
just want to
check you out
say,
again.
yeah, I just want to say that I really appreciate your intellect. It's not very many opportunities that I get to speak to uh, intellectual men on panels.
A
So
real man. Okay.
yeah, so I just like to, you know,
I appreciate you, ladies. Thank you,
say
Queens.
that I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Yeah.
saw you from down in the chat, and I appreciated your commentary too and your input on this situation.
Okay. Well, I'll check you out again.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you.
All
See,
right. You
that's
ladies
what a
have a good night.
you as well. A real man showed up for us tonight, ladies.
Hmm. Well, um, yeah, I mean, definitely. But like I said, I don't have any hate in my heart for anybody, especially somebody I don't know. Like that's absolutely insane for
I
me to waste my emotions on that. Like I have other, you have to wonder who the insane one is. If you're going to just hate somebody like that you don't know, and it's on the internet where you have options.
I agree.
well, you know what? I think what really got me to feeling away was not I I don't think that people understand the the harm that they do when they sit up and down talk our black women or not standing up for them in certain situations, because when people see you treating us like this, then they feel like they have a pass to treat us like this.
Hmm.
Because then they feel like, okay, I got somebody on my side that's against this as well. It's time to take over. But no, that's not it. A lot of people forget a woman birthed us. A woman went through the trimesters and things like that. And when it was time to lay on a table, it was either her life, your life, or both. That was the risk if you were a black person,
Hmm.
because it's a high, it's it's a high danger for black women when it's time for that part of life. You ask me, I'm all about a home birth. Get a mother up in there, you know?
Hmm. Well, I ain't trying to have no more kids or anything, but it is. But I agree. I mean, I think as less interference with that in terms of having outside people touch on you and whatever else,
Mhm.
the better. So yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. I breastfed for like 15 months, so I definitely understand.
Congratulations, my sister. Listen here, let me give you your praise.
Hmm.
Congratulations. I love you for that. I encourage that. And you share that story with any and every young woman or woman that you come in contact with, and you give them the benefits of what it did for you, because you're a
Yeah,
living
yeah,
testimony, and your baby is.
yeah.
Okay?
She's not sick or anything like that.
Exactly.
Um, but I would like to touch on real quick, just pivoting a little bit in regards to Jack's family. When we talk about her not having anybody, I really don't believe she has anybody, including family. Like even though the family did give a good interview that definitely I found initially useless, to be useful right now,
Okay.
because
Let me jump in here with you. We about to
mhm,
double dutch this.
uh-huh,
My thing is, some family members have a grudge. They're
mhm,
still stuck in the past. You could have did something in 1991 and they still got it in their pocket in 2023. So when you talk about family, they can be they can be the worst.
Yeah, yeah, they can. I mean, what I sensed from that interview is a lot of arrogance, a lot of self-centered individuals who really like to pass blame. I mean, even I had to roll that up. Even with what they said about Jaguar, okay, yeah, whatever. Um, but aside from that, I just when she talked about, somebody, one of the men doing something to her, and I'm talking about Jaguar, like it was like the chick just kind of laughed it off a little bit. And regardless of if she didn't believe it, it's still not a laughing situation. So that was the wrong emotion for me, and I tend to draw up red flags when I see that, and just a few other things. They had their nose stuck up in the air a little bit, and I mean, Frank, Jag is like that too, so I can see, how they are family, but the difference is Jag wears her heart on her sleeve more so than they do, because I couldn't see a heart when they were speaking. Hello?
Oh no,
I
I was giving you the mic. I'm gonna let my daughter chime in, and then I'll go.
Yeah.
I thought that there were good questions asked, but I do feel like a sense of arrogance and detachment from them. Like they didn't show any like much empathy, especially towards some of her R word situations and stuff like that. So I can see how you came to that conclusion, but yeah, I didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
What I got from it was
Yeah.
is what can you do for me? What can you do for me? And we all know it's some people that can overdo it. I'll give you an example. We have a family member that comes to the family gathering and bring, like don't even bring no meat or nothing, but will haul off some plates.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Will be passing plates to her kids, go run this to the car, this, that, and the third. Like,
It burns me up. Yep.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, let's not do that. Let's contribute and do our parts. So
hmm
instead of blaming everybody else or blaming the next family member, what part did you not contribute in? You know what I'm saying? You played a part in it. What was your part?
You know what? And really, and I've said this initially when I came on the panel, as far as the points that you bring up, and that to me is the most important. That's what I was actually listening for, and I wasn't listening for them to refer, because Jag was a teenager, I'm assuming, when she cried out, that somebody tried to do whatever. So the antics that she's done now, they weren't them to just like discount it. To me, I just it was. It's like no wonder she records everything, because number one, if don't nobody did nobody believe her when she was younger, why why should she take a chance on it as an adult? So whether it happened or not, I didn't hear any steps from the family uh, to investigate. You know what I mean? Like they say, they just know the man, and so they know he couldn't have done it,
What goes
even though
on
he
in this
has
house
a
stays in
penis.
this house. And you stop running to that school running your damn mouth. It's probably what
Yeah.
happened.
So yeah. So my thing, it's just crazy, and even with trying to say that, Jaguar admitted her mom into the mental facility, and Jaguar had to record that in order to clear her name. that
Yeah.
she didn't do it. Now Jaguar does a lot of things. Now I'm not, whatever. But the fact is that um, she some things that she has said have turned out to be true.
Hmm. And some just don't want to accept that. But see, when you have people that's committed to misunderstanding you, they're going to miss the key points. They're going to miss the big story. They're going to miss those important parts. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so invested on seeing the worst in her and seeing where they can get in and get their punchline in and get a round of applause.
You know what's funny too, y'all? The same people that's like not believing anything Jag is saying or has disdain for her now was the same people all online praising her when she was calling out the industry and all the stuff that they were doing to all the artists and stuff. And
Thank you, Ahmad. I'm sorry. We got a super singer.
what?
I'm sorry. Girl, we got a super sticker. Let's give them a thank you. Thank you all
I,
so much for supporting Queen Tulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, he says, thank ladies. Thanks,
thank
ladies.
Ma.
Oh, that did something to me. I'm sorry, y'all. That just, when our brothers that get it and they understand and they respect us, and it's like, when ladies be like, oh, it's no good guys out there. It's great guys out there. You know, let's talk about it.
Right.
All right, back to you. Take it over, ladies. I'm sorry, I was over here just.
No, that's okay. I was just saying that remember how like the whole internet was praising Jag when she was coming out against the industry, and now the same people, just because she's been having a few crises or stuff like that, are just having disdain and kicking her while she's down.
Yeah, I mean, and um, yeah, and I think that's to be expected. It's just the energy that I've seen certain people have is just that claim that they're not fans. That's the thing. But only fans have this type of emotion. I'm sorry. Like I can't, there's no way around it. Like I don't you I don't know what other category to put it in. Because only people that care have emotions of being. You see what I'm saying? Like just I don't know. I don't know what else to chalk it up to. But I think it's a transfer of emotion. It's kind of like, they get to forget their own problems and like laugh at somebody else's. And so it kind of gives them a like a comic relief or some sort of a release on their existing issues to not even think about. Um, because I really don't understand um why the energy for somebody you don't know. Like I just I don't know.
My thing with the whole situation is I don't have to like what she says or what she does, and I'm definitely not bothering to get into their marriage and tell them what they should and shouldn't be doing.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm not gonna go around the internet and say that I hate Jag or I don't like her or something like that. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
know.
You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know, it went quiet for a second. Yeah, I mean what you say out of your mouth is typically what's in your heart or surrounding your heart. So my thing is that I look at that and I watch some of the people that I thought were nice people, but they really, really show who they really are when it comes to Jag. And it is, it's an eye opener for me.
Well, like I said yesterday, I think I said yesterday that both sides have been throwing so many daggers that you can't see where the daggers are coming from anymore, and they both
Hmm.
need to be held accountable for whatever. But
Hmm.
at the same time,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go
at
on
the
mute.
same time, there should be some graces for the people. We need to at least pray for them or not have hate for them or wish them the best or
Or just not say a damn thing.
not say
How about that?
anything.
Hey, Sonia, how are you? You know what? My thing is, um, it's so interesting how these individuals just come at women. I that's what I'm having a hard time with. I'm struggling with that right now.
Well, it's not just them, and I think especially with the internet, there's a whole group think type mentality. What do you call? Like they all gang up
Yeah, it's a
because they,
bandwagon kind of
yeah.
situation. Um, yeah. So I was listening to the Valerie lady, right?
Hmm.
When she was talking to you, Tulsa, and that was real interesting. Her response, to say the least, that was very interesting, considering that she did pray for Jag. So really, to be honest with you, I don't really think everybody should be praying and everything. I think that just think about it, because that might be intercepting the universe here. All these different people praying, and but really, in between their words, is some negative, hateful stuff.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really.
No, I'm not trying to throw no shots or nothing, but we're gonna call a spade a spade. Like, and if she's listening, that's fine. Um, it's just that I didn't understand none of that. Like Tulsa said, there was a black woman that was getting cussed out or whatever the case may be. I didn't see it, but whatever she was talking about, and basically the response was, "It happens all the time, B." I mean, I'm paraphrasing. That's what I heard. So
Unfortunately, I think that might be kind of true, kind of
yeah,
ringing
but we're
to
not
what I
talking
was
about.
saying.
We're not talking. Well, first of all, we're adults. We know what happens every day. If you
You're right,
live,
right.
you gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? So anyway, I digress on that,
You
man.
were expecting the sentiment to be a little bit different because of the topic.
I mean, how my
I
phone is gonna
want
go dead
America.
in a
I
minute.
want these people to wake up out of this little fairy tale dream that they're in. I want them to stop it. Like calling CPS, calling these government officials. Guess what? What y'all need to be doing is calling these government officials about the laws and what they promised y'all when they got up in there. Now that's what you can be calling the officials for.
Mm-hmm.
You hear what I'm saying? It's like y'all doing it for all the wrong reasons. Okay, now we know y'all know how to work a phone. Now y'all know how to get in contact with people. Call your politicians.
Right.
Hold them accountable. It's their turn now. It's
And
their
my
turn.
phone is getting ready to go dead.
They quick to do it to one of us. You
Thank
see
you.
the picture that I'm
Uh,
painting? They quick to do it to one of us.
I mean, and here's the thing. I don't know if it was shade that I threw at her, and I just didn't understand it, being the title and everything. And so, but if you remove the title, then maybe I can digest what she said a little better. But if we take that logic, then we can say, when it's police brutality, when it's your own son or daughter, you can say, oh well, it happens every day, B. So I mean, if we want to go there.
Oh, I understand your point. Okay.
So my thing is that I I was just shocked. That's all. And she's probably a good person and everything, but I'm just saying I was just a little shocked. And Tulsa tried to hone in on it. She tried to put her against the wall because she double talked, and Tulsa caught her. Thank you. But it is what it is.
It's really a process. The first thing is establishing a relationship. You get that a relationship going, and then you just go in and you give little, what I'm saying, affirmations. You get those little conversations and they build up. That's why it's so
Hmm.
important for us not to give up on each other, because
Well,
this
hmm
month
hmm go
may
ahead.
not be her month, but guess what? Next month might be her month. How many days are we from next month? Not many.
Well, before my phone hangs up and everything, because I'm on 1%.
Oh,
I tend to look at what's consistent with the person, in terms of their responses, really dictates it really tells the type of character that they have, and
yeah.
that's kind of how that's what I look at all the time, um, because the consistency should be your character that shines through what you say. I don't care about Bible verses. I don't give a shit about that. Excuse my language, but I'm just talking about how you feel and and
Are
and,
you
and
saying
your
that you
heart.
don't want people to weaponize the Bible, or are you saying F the Bible?
No, I'm saying that the mere fact that that response came out the way that it did, it happens every day, because of who it was, shows what was in the heart. And that's the same person that actually spoke or what prayed or whatever. So again, I look at the character of the individual, because it just came out too fluently to where you can't clean that up. So my thing is, then basically you don't give a shit. So what was the prayer for?
Oh, I think that's what Evangelist Val was saying. Like, a lot of people were trying to hold her accountable. Like, she prays and then she goes and does this. I just feel like we should.
What what do you want us to do?
Well, my thing is like, nobody's perfect, but like if we had a camera following everybody around in their daily life, seeing their mishaps and their shortcomings and
Hmm.
stuff, like we would really have a lot to battle with. But being that
Hmm.
that's not on the table, then it
Mm.
doesn't make the playing field fair. You know what I'm saying?
Well, God didn't call us, right?
That's true. I think her phone one did. She was on 1%. That was a
Oh,
great engagement, wasn't it?
yes, that was cool.
So how are you feeling about this whole situation? Like what would be some advice that you would just, give to this couple, that's going through, I would say, trials and tribulations at the moment. You have this individual that's a part of his life right now and that's coaching him and really, doing a butterfly, out on a dance floor for him and praising him and encouraging him to go against his wife. Not even that, just being proud to be a side dish, a rebound, leftovers, because he was with her before. What are your thoughts, honey?
What I would say to them is that everything comes in cycles, and you might feel miserable right now. You may not know what the next steps are. We don't know what the next steps are for them. And if it's God's will for him to be with that lady and Jag to move on and get a better person who can treat her better, then so be it. I wish them the best. I know they had sunny days before, and right now it's the rainy days. And after the rain, the sun will come out again. That's the only thing I can say really about the situation, because I don't really want to speak too much into what they have going on. But I wish them the best. That's all I can say. And I just, I just hope Jag can get some cheerleaders on her side that can help her through this, because it has to be awful having so many people kick her while she's down. That's all I can say.
Well, you know what I think I'm gonna do is, because like it has been a long day for everybody, I'm gonna create a live where on my backup page on Queen Tulsa's World, and I'm just gonna the title is gonna be come over and let's chill. Um and then we'll put Jaguar's name in the title, and we'll put Tokyo's name in the title. We'll put the official King Pain's name in the title, and we'll put Queen Tulsa in the title. And so I'm just creating this live right now so we can listen to some music. You
When
know?
you gonna go live right now?
Yeah, I'm creating it right now for us, love.
Okay,
And
I
I
have
want
a few minutes, but I'll be over.
you will okay. I want you to do a request, but I want to stay on here right quick because I'm almost done.
Okay.
Yeah, I want you to be able to get you a song in before you have to go to bed.
Oh, I'm not going to bed no time soon. I'm a party with you.
Okay,
I
here we
just need a few minutes to get a couple of things together around here before I hop back on.
go. Okay. Well, listen. Let me see. Let me go ahead and put it in the chats. Let me see. Yeah, because I just feel like why not? Why not? Let's see. I had to put our thumbnail on there. Now I'm about to share it, and I hope you guys actually subscribe to my backup channel. Let's see. We have 296 subscribers on there.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to throw it in the chat so everybody can have it, and then we can listen to music and stuff.
Yeah, let's chill and like just hang out. It's been heavy the last couple of days, so that's a good thing just to hang out.
Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and then we can end this live, and then we can head on over there. Sonia says, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you so much, Sonia. That's the link to the next channel. We
Mhm.
are going over to Queen Tulsa's World to listen to some music, to chill out, to vibe, to love on each other, and you know, do our big one. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for the cash apps. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Ahmad and everybody come on the panel. Shout out to my daughter for always showing up.
Thank you.
Until next time, good night. See you in a second.
Something. Girls need love. Girls need love. Girls need love. Girls need singing.